Hey, funny that you're here. Good morning, it's Saturday. We're having a Friendsgiving this weekend, which is awesome for you guys because I am gonna be making the turkey and be spatchcocking it. What that means, I'll explain now, but cue in the special presentation intro. All right, welcome back. So, spatchcocking is the process of actually removing the backbone and the ribs of the turkey, leaving it basically boneless. I do leave the wings and the legs intact because it still looks like a turkey at that point. So why spatchcocking, right? The idea is basically you can cook the turkey faster, meaning it stays juicy during the time in a shorter amount of time. So the bones take up a lot of the time. You know how you cook a turkey for like 7 hours? And you're just waiting and 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 waiting. Well, spatchcocking takes that whole waiting process out. You cook it. Last year, I want to say it was about 3 hours, 45 minutes for a 20-pound turkey, which I actually stuffed with a secondary breast, which was another 3 pounds. So yeah, so it's one of those things. Now, today I will not be adding the extra breast. They didn't have any where I usually pick up my turkeys. So totally sucked. I think they said their shipment comes this week. So being, I guess, early means I didn't get that turkey breast, but it should still be good. The turkey I bought was actually, I think, 22-pound turkey. It should be more than enough for the people that's gonna be there at the party. And we're gonna get to it. So main thing, first things first, is you want to buy your turkey. So find a provider. If it's a fresh turkey, awesome, better. But if it is a frozen turkey, you want to make sure that you fully defrost this thing because the bones will cut your hands up. And yeah, it happened to me my first year when I actually decided to do it. I learned how to do it years ago, never really wanted to try it, and then I finally got the point where the family member that usually makes a turkey was on vacation and I was granted turkey maker for that day. So I made the turkey, I spatchcocked it, and it was amazing. And since then I've been doing it. So third year now. No. Yeah, actually this will be my 3rd year making a spatchcock turkey. So again, you want to make sure it's defrosted as fully as possible. So if you do buy a frozen turkey, you could actually start defrosting it the week before in the fridge. I would say 3 days in the fridge for a 20-pound turkey. If it's a little bit bigger than that, you'll probably want to go full 4 days to the whole week. If it's smaller than that, you would decrease it. And I want to say by every 5 pounds, you should be able to decrease it by a day. That should be fully enough. And then of course, if you cannot do that, you can do this where you run cold water over it while it's continuing to defrost. So if that last day you feel it's still a bit cold, remember you have almost 4 hours to cook, better than 8 hours to cook, so you have some time to finagle it a bit. But let's go get the turkey. It should be fully defrosted. I've had it in there for 2 days, and then I also did the water on it. So I'm gonna grab my vlog. All right, so like I was saying, the turkey's been defrosting. This bad boy is, oh yeah, it feels good. So I'm gonna take turkey out. There we go. All right, so like I was saying, the turkey defrosted, it's soft to touch. Sorry, the kids are awake and playing. So I cleaned out my sink. This is where I like to do mine. You can do it on a regular cutting board if you like, but for me, I like being here because I can rip everything off and just toss it in here and then clean up later. Something my wife hates that I do anyways, but point is, you can totally do that and that works. So let's get to spatchcocking it. So it's another main thing you want to do make sure that all your knives are super sharp. The fastest way to cut your hand is with a dull knife. It sounds weird, it sounds backwards, but no, it's true. Having a dull knife will cause you to slip and get that thing jammed into your hand. And two, you are working with raw poultry, so you wanna make sure if you have any cuts on your hands or open wounds, wear gloves. I'm not gonna wear gloves today. I've done it before, I'll be fine. I'm a professional. And, but yes, wear gloves if it makes you feel a little bit safer. Remember, this is gonna be awfully cold inside as well because it's been iced and you're trying to, you know, pretty much rip out all the guts. So, let's get to it. We have it set up here, like I said. Now the turkey, you can do whatever you want on how you get this turkey ready. If you want to go ahead and, you know, the seasonings that you use and things like that, that's 100% on you, what you want to do with this thing. And I'm gonna place you guys right here. Hopefully I'm in frame. So typically I just use regular spices, nothing crazy, and I try to spice underneath the breast as well. Salt, pepper, boil it up, put it in. So that part is up to you. You cook it like a regular turkey. All you're doing is reducing the time that you're cooking it. So we'll go ahead and get this thing spatchcocked. I'll show you the tricks, how to get it there, and we'll go from there. You want to start off with your sharp knife. Now, this knife has been with me since 2001. This was actually my chef's knife when I went to culinary school back in 2001. So in case you guys were unaware, I am actually a professionally classically trained in Le Cordon Bleu chef. I actually have a degree in culinary arts. So yes, I have a little bit up on you guys to say in the thought of cooking processes, but trust me, this is not anything super complicated. Anybody can do this. Just make sure, of course, knife sharp, and I actually sharpen my knives about monthly, but this one I actually sharpened 2 days ago knowing that I was going to be doing this. So again, sharp knife, no dull cuts. So first things first, let's get this turkey out. Open this bad boy up. Now again, this is not for the faint of heart. If you are a squeamish person that doesn't like getting your hands dirty and inside of turkey, maybe you want somebody else cooking the turkey, but I'm alright. Now, not all turkeys come with this. This is a little tester to tell you once the turkey breast is done, which is the thickest part, it'll pop up and then you know the turkey's done. So, up to you if you want to do that, or you can actually do the internal temperature, which is right here. Make sure you are not poisoning your guests. People, cook your turkey fully, make sure everything's fine. So let's go ahead and remove all the crap we don't need. Now they usually put the turkey neck inside for you to use if you want to use for the gravy and stuff. I'm not going to do that today. Like I said, I'm going to make it very basic. And I'm not sure what this is connected to, but let's see. Okay, so now, like what I was telling you guys, it still has ice in here. So please be careful. This is still cold. This is still gonna possibly shred my hands up, but who cares, right? Let's make a beautiful turkey. So yeah, make sure you remove everything from the cavity. Usually they leave the giblets for you here because people do use that again for gravy, stuffing, whatever it is. I actually did I pre-made a stuffing for this, so I'm good with that. I don't know what this plastic thing is. I've never seen that. Okay, so we'll cut it out anyway. So here we go. Get your knife. So what you want to do is go down the spine of the bird. That's the main part that you want to take out right now. So what I do is I just cut, and see, sharp knife means you go right into it. Now you want to make sure that you don't shard the bone either, because then that means you're going to have shards of bone inside your turkey, and you don't want to, on top of poisoning your guests, you don't want to stab your guest either. So let's just get in there. Remember, this turkey's already dead, people, so it's not gonna feel anything. There we go. So when you're in here, and you can start seeing where the bone separate, just run your knife through it. So the spine is coming all out with it, which is beautiful. That's exactly what you want. You want to try to preserve as much of the meat as you can, of course. You don't want to waste anything. And here's a trick. When we're done, we will peel all this meat out and throw it right back in the turkey, because it's okay for it to be there. If you hear little pitter patters, that's me running around playing right now. They're being real quiet. They're being awesome, actually. Okay, so we'll continue through here. Here, cut. Okay, now this is exactly what I was talking about. See, these are shards of bone that you want to be careful with on your hands. You do not want that thing stabbing you because it hurts. But for the most part, we got a lot of it out. And then I have parts of the ribs here, and we're gonna clean that up right now. But right now, the main thing is I wanna get this spine out. And then you can feel around and feel the bones where it's still connected, and then you can just run your knife through. And secret is, usually wherever the bones actually connect to each other, two separate bones, that's where you can slip your knife right through, because the joint actually is just held by the cartilage that's there. So, pretty easy to pop out. So, let's get this out. This is the first piece. There's not really any meat I can salvage here, maybe just a little bit from here, but I'm good with that. I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. Now let's just start cutting from behind. Now make sure you guys always keep the blade away from you, with the thought that at any time this can slip. If I'm holding this here and I have this knife coming up, I can easily miss that bone and it just fly right into my hand. So always blade away. It's the smartest way to cut, or even cut like boxes. I mean, you just gotta be smart about it, guys. So okay, let's see. So you want to feel around for the bones and where it connects there. So there's definitely a joint right where my thumb is. So I should be able to get in here. Just cut away. And now another thing is, you can scrape with your knife wherever the bones are. If that helps you find your joints. There you go, see? It just popped out. And we'll be able to get this part of the carcass off. Now it's just being held by the skin, so just cut through there. Done. So like I said, there's very little meat on this one, and for time's sake I'm going to move forward. If you have the time, feel free to go through here, peel off any meat, and you can just throw it back into the cavity. That's fine. I'll also show you guys where I usually put my extra breast meat when I have it. But for now, this will stay intact. So this is where I said I do leave the bones: the thigh, the legs, and the wings, and it keeps the shape of the bird. So I like keeping that there. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna just follow to get this breastbone out. Right here, you can see where it's at. Even when my finger goes away, but with the knife, all you do is just keep going at it, and it starts coming right out. And guys, remember, if you slice up the breast a little bit, that's not going to be a problem. So we'll keep that until it's all in. There we go. That's one piece. So now you see the breast is completely free here. Okay, so we already cut off one of the bones. Now we're gonna do the other side, and it's easy to do it in pieces. You don't have to take it out all perfectly. Now, again, if your bird is like completely fresh, trust me, this is a heck of a lot easier. Which I'm hoping maybe next year I'll order a fresh bird so I can try that. I've never been able to cook a fresh bird. I've always cooked a frozen one. So, but yeah, guys, it's gonna be that you just follow the lines of the bone, get as close to it as possible so you can retain as much meat as possible as well. Go. Now, what you want to make sure too, and you know, I'm not doing it right now, is you want to maintain the skin as well as possible, because this is what's going to hold everything in. This is the beautiful part of the bird. See, so I ripped a little piece, and so my big thing is just try to make sure you maintain it as much as possible. So yeah. Just a little piece. Okay, so. Go. Make sure you cut off all that meat because you don't want to waste it. So lastly is that part of the bone right here. I like to try to separate as much meat as possible before I put my knife in there. And that thought is just to peel it away from the bone. But you could also, if you don't want to get your hands all up in it, feel free to just throw your knife in there. But again, there's no one way to do this, guys. It's whatever works. This is just kind of like a way I do it. Hopefully it helps you guys out. And this is why, again, it's important to have a very sharp knife, because it helps you peel out a lot of stuff. Almost got it out. I can feel the edges, so let's get your knife. There we go. So see, all breast meat, all breast meat. And we're just getting this last bone out, and pretty much we're done. There you go. Follow the bone. joint, see? And then I flip right through it. Bam, done, see? So you get this whole bone out, look at this. So now you have your breast. Now, like I was saying, typically I get a secondary breast that I throw in here, and it goes right smack right here, seasoned everything, and then everything wrapped back up. And then I peel the skin off that one as well to make sure the skin is intact, but for the most part, that's your turkey. So you have it here, see? From the back, it looks perfectly normal. Flip it back over. You have your skin here, which you can cover up, and there's your beautiful, now boneless versus meat minus these and these, turkey. So this is spatchcocking. This is what it is. I should have been more careful. I did rip my skin a little bit, but that's okay. Everybody's gonna eat it anyways. So we'll put it here. That's it. So now, all right, so next what you want to do is season the turkey. So, like I said, I use a lot of basic stuff. So I use some basil, some oregano, some thyme. And that's pretty much it. Salt, crushed pepper. And what you want to do is, I do like to oil the bird up a bit in the inside to try to keep it nice and moist. Now, see, you have everything here. I actually like to open it up like this and season this whole thing up. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick because I got a little. So I like it being seasoned from the inside as well. Get all those flavors in there. A bunch of salt. Knock out some of that thyme. Basil. Oregano. Hey, baby. It's pretty much done there. Now I want to make sure I get the skin fully seasoned as well. Throw the thyme on top. There's the basil, oregano, and then I'll use a little olive oil. And then I'll rub it all in. Sure it sits, get it all up in the crevices. If you can also peel back the skin and get in there. See, my hand's in there right now, and you can season that whole thing, which I will do right now as well. Easiest way is to just put the seasoning in your hand. And rub it in on the breast. And then at the same time, I like to put oil on the inside as well, and it helps out to give it more flavor as well as help it heat up and cook correctly. So that's pretty much it for the turkey. I am gonna stuff it, and then I'm gonna move it over to the roasting pan. I like to baste my turkey. Again, you can do whatever you want with your turkey. How you cook it is up to you. The only thing I think wouldn't work is deep frying it at this point because it's completely taken apart. You can use twine to tie it back together, but I wouldn't put twine in hot oil. So I'm gonna move it over, show you guys how the end result looks, and we should be good. So now we move the turkey into the roasting pan. I just have simple carrots, onion, and celery in there, nothing crazy. And you want to shape the bird as much to look like a regular turkey, right? So make sure everything's pushed in. The back skin is covering all the goodness in there. And then you're gonna want to stuff the turkey like regular. There's a cavity here, so I have stuffing already pre-made before I started doing the turkey. So I'm gonna stuff it in there, kind of fill it all up. Make the turkey look pretty good. And you want to make sure you have your stuffing cold. You don't want to put too hot of stuffing or warm stuffing in here, because you don't want to start the cooking process outside of what's going to happen in the oven. So that's always one thing you want to make sure of. You want to make sure this is all sealed up. There we go. There's your turkey. It looks like a regular turkey. Nothing outside of the norm, right? So next, we're going to throw it into the oven. I'm cooking it at 450 degrees. Like I said, last year it took me approximately 3 minutes 45 seconds, 3 hours 45 minutes. So we'll see where we hit it this time. What you want to make sure of though is, well, and the other one was with the secondary breast, so this may cook a little bit faster because I only have the one turkey as a whole. Another thing, as you're cooking it and you start seeing the skin brown a lot, then you can start putting foil around it. You can tin foil the wing tips if you like as well, so it doesn't burn and you don't ruin the skin. So those are options you have. So usually I'll let it start cooking. I'll be basting it throughout the whole time. And then once it's at a point where I'm happy with the skin, the color of the skin, or close to, I'll cover it up, and then for the last few minutes I'll take it off and let it really cook in again. So I'm gonna get this in and see how it goes. Alright, now the turkey's in, we're gonna let it cook. I'll be watching it to make sure it gets to the temperature it needs to, and then we'll go from there. So I'll be watching this for the next few hours. It's 9:32 now. We'll see how long it takes. Alright, so the turkey's been cooking for about an hour now, and the skin is looking amazing. I want to take it out, wrap it in foil, put it back in. Not right now, finish cleaning first. Just one. Just one, yeah. Thank you so much, buds. Alright, let's pull out that turkey so you guys can see your first glimpse. Yeah? Okay, hold on, Bubba.
I see you recording me too, Daddy.
I know, you're in it. Okay, don't touch this, okay? It's really hot, but you can watch.
I'm right here. I'm standing right here, Daddy.
Awesome. Yep, I see you. So this is after an hour.
Make sure you get a glove.
Yeah, I have the glove. Thank you for telling everybody. So I'm just gonna baste it really well while I'm here, because it is gonna be very difficult to baste once I wrap it up in the foil. But what's good about it is the foil will help keep the liquids inside, and then you know, condensation and all that other good stuff. So here we go. I mean, so far it's looking amazing. Very, very happy with the way it's coming out. But yeah, so we're at 10:45 now. We started at 9:43, I believe. Sure, give me 1 second, Bubba. Let me do this real quick and then I'll open it for you, okay? Arden's here with me.
Hello.
Yeah, let me see it.
Open it, open it. It's very cool.
This is what he's asking for.
Yummy candy.
Thank you for coming, baby.
Okay. Thank you for my love.
Alright. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna... Yep, cover the whole thing. Leave a little opening, of course, to let it go through.
Get paid for.
Yep, for our guests.
He's coming right now.
No, they're not coming right now.
Yeah.
There's a camera. Okay, so now I'm gonna throw it back in and then we continue the cooking process, and I'll be basting it now probably every 20 minutes where I have to actually pull it out of the oven, baste it, and then wrap it back up. But we're getting really close. Alright guys, so far we're at 2 hours, 14 minutes. We wanted to hit 165 internal degrees to make sure it's safe. That's the standard for poultry. So I'm gonna give it, probably when it hits the 3-hour mark, I'll pull it out, stick the thermometer in, and take a look if we're fully cooked or not. The thing I hate doing is when you start pricking the skin so much, or the breast, all the juices come out. So you want to try to eliminate how many times you're going to poke it, because the other thing is, once you poke it in one spot, you don't want to poke it in that same spot with your thermometer, because it may not give you an accurate reading. You would have to put it in a new spot. So again, you want to preserve the turkey to look as great as possible. That's the whole point of this turkey, is to look magnifique. And it doesn't look magnifique if you have all these holes in it. So, like I said, 2 hours, 14 minutes so far. Continue, baste it every 20 minutes, and then we'll go from there. Alright, we just hit the 3-hour mark. So I just calibrated my thermometer, as I just showed you guys how. So what you want to do is calibrate your thermometer, and let me show you how. What you want to do is get some ice, get yourself some water, make ice water, put your thermometer, hit 32 degrees, and you're good to go. So once you've done that, 32 degrees, ice cold water, then you can pull the turkey out, stick it, and you want to hit 169. That's the goal, 169. So let's see what we have going on. Okay, so remember, 169 is what we're trying to hit. Oh wow, the turkey's looking amazing. Get our calibrated thermometer. And what you want to do is prick it in one of the thickest areas. I'm going to use this breast area here, as it seems to be very well done. You can see it. Now what you want to remember is, if you are cooking turkey with bone in it, don't ever stick it where the bone is, because bone is going to radiate more heat and it may give you a wrong reading. So right now, let's see if we'll focus. There we go. Let's see. It's continuing to climb. It's about 140 right now, so we need about 20 more degrees, 25 more degrees. I'll throw it back in covered. Yeah, we're hitting 140, so I'm gonna put it back in another half hour. I'll check it again, and then we'll go from there. So right now that it's out, I'm gonna continue to baste it, put it back in, and we should be good. All right, turkey's back out. I'm going to recheck the temperature. Oh. That was at the turkey. Turkey's fresh, but it was frozen first. Come on, Bubba. Boom, 169, hit it. Done and done. Perfect, hit 169, we're good. Turkey's done, took 3.5 hours. Yeah, so that is how you spatchcock a turkey, guys. All right, guys, so turkey's done. Hit 169, 3.5 hours. It's looking beautiful. Skin is perfect. I mean, even the basting sauce I was using has started becoming its own gravy. So this is pretty much done. Very happy with this. So the only thing left to do is take it to the party, slice it up, and enjoy it. So very cool. I hope it was helpful. I hope this is something you guys can do at home. Trust me, it's more intimidating than it really is. As long as you completely defrost the turkey or get a fresh turkey, it makes it 10 times easier. So we'll cut to slicing it at the party.